I'm too positive to be doubtful, too optimistic to be fearful. So all my time I spend cheerful, and I know exactly what I'm here for. I'm too positive to be doubtful, too optimistic to be fearful. So all my time I spend cheerful, and I know exactly what I'm here for. I'm too positive to be doubtful, too optimistic to be fearful. So all my time I spend cheerful, and I know exactly what I'm here for. I'm too positive to be doubtful, too optimistic to be fearful. So all my time I spend cheerful, and I know exactly what I'm here for. What it do? It's your boy, Dragon Ball Art 92, and I'm back with another reaction video. And today we back on our Ultra Vegito hype, y'all.
That's right.
Yeah, so we're gonna actually be catching up to the latest episode. So we're gonna be doing a reaction video to Ultra Vegito can't believe his eyes. I wonder what's going on. But before we get to the content today, you guys, make sure you hit that like button so that way we can trigger YouTube algorithm. That way we can be seen by a bigger audience. Bruh. Also, if you're new here, I just want to thank you for coming by and enjoying content with us today. Here at Dragon Ball Art 92, we do reaction videos. Dragon Ball everything, reaction videos. So if you're a Dragon Ball fan, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Hey, bro, don't forget to hit that bell notification so you can be updated whenever your boy drop a video. You dig what I'm saying? Now that we got all that great stuff out the way, let's get to the content.
Don't know why I bothered telling you my name. Not like it was useful where you were headed. Goodbye, strange man. So our story continues with the stunning reveal of an all-new powerhouse entering the UV universe. Ironically found when Elder God Hera was searching for Vegito, but instead he found Vegito, one who instantly on meeting him.
Bro, Vegito? Oh, hey, bro, you know he gonna be strong. But how do you pull off a fusion with a fusion?
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
That's kind of hard, bro. So it's two fused characters that fuse together. That's basically what this is. This is Vegito and Gogeta fused. That's crazy work, bro. But how that work, bro? You have to have two different Vegeta and Gokus, bro, to actually make that happen.
I'd have to do with it.
No. He's got a point.
I'm wondering. That's timeline travel. Makes sense. Let's get back to it.
Him vaporized him to dust with a single blast. The first mortal in history to slay an elder god. But regardless, calmly like he had accomplished no great feat in particular, with his black seraphim eyes, Vegito would look down at the darkness and comment, I guess it must have been another time invader. Those silly rings, destroying them where I live wasn't enough, it seems. Every so often, someone...
Okay, so this version of Vegito destroyed the time ring. So I'm still trying to figure out how did he become who he is if he didn't utilize them time rings. That's a very mind-boggling question, may I add. You know, and he's fighting the elder god Hera, which they kind of portrayed Hera as one of the weaker elder gods.
Damn!
But let's see what happened. And them black seraphim, bro. Ooh, hey, the black seraphim is raw, bro.
Now listen, I'm not being superstitious. I'm not being foolish. I'm not trying to evoke a response from you.
You know what I mean? For ones who's been keeping up on the series, you know, Vegito, Omni Vegito or Omni Devil Vegito has the white seraphim. You know what I mean? It's pretty dope, bro. Pretty dope, bro. I wonder which one is stronger. Let's get back to it, though.
Finds their way here, only to die. Usually it's variants of Zamasu or Black, but I've never seen who that guy was before. How strange. But soon, not caring too much about the details anymore, folding his arms and closing his eyes, the quadruple fusion would continue. Oh well, serves him right. I've been trying to enjoy my peace here for thousands of years at this point. I can't seem to even make it 100 years before I get interrupted. When will they learn? And when will you mortals learn? Gods don't go down that easily. But just as Gogito would begin to relax, a voice calling from behind would force him to open back his black seraphim eyes. There's no way it's the same guy! I know I didn't miss! As clearly not used to anyone surviving his attacks, Vegito would be quick to turn around and look in all directions. Your speed is faster than any mortal I've seen, and that power too is special. But I guess spatial awareness is just the one thing we'll need to work on. As talking from one spot above,
That to me sounds like more of a higher dimensional type of skill. You know, when you speak on spatial awareness, that means you have to be aware of space outside of the space you're in. You know what I mean? To be aware of the whole spatial infrastructure that you're under.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
So that's pretty interesting that he said that. That's a skill that's definitely useful to learn. Let's get back to it.
the one spot Gogito did not look, that long glistening black hair would tell us all we needed to know about who was talking. What a glorious find! I truly do outdo myself with every new creation, don't I? As of course with his arms folded, blemishless, in pristine condition, it would be Hera, as looking down he would comment, "How did you escape my sights? It's making me look bad, like I have no idea what any of my own creations are like."
What kind of shows me that what they do is when they create something, they just leave it alone and let it be and don't really pay it no attention. You know, so if they've been doing that, then of course he's not going to know what his creations is doing. But if he has been keeping up with his creations, it is quite interesting that he missed out on this particular creation, because he could have already pulled him into the tournament instead of trying to get him after the tournament has already started and Vegito been causing a wreck. Let's get back to it.
And with that said, Gogito would finally turn around. What are you spewing? Your creations? Who are you? And why have you come here? There's not much to see, as you can already tell. But smiling, Hera would respond, I can tell that. What even happened here? But before that, know that I am the elder god Hera. I am your creator. Though for some reason, I have no recollection of creating anything like you. I've never heard of a Gogito. Tell me, in what year were you born? Maybe that'll jog my memory. Creator, give me a break. But unconvinced, staring contentiously, Gogito would eventually answer, I wasn't ever born. I created myself. I am a fusion of Vegito and Gogeta. Fusion. So that's why. And on hearing this, Hera would come to some understanding, before he would then grin and let out, Now I understand it all. I couldn't find you, because you aren't Vegito.
I wonder what happened in his universe that made him do a double fusion like that. Like, what type of power was he dealing with in his multiverse? And why is he in an all dark space? Where's the fam at? You know what I mean? Where's Earth? How is he living? Quite interesting, bro. Quite interesting. Very intriguing. Let's get back to it.
You're even better. And like that, Hero would then extend his hand out and continue. Come with me, Gogito. Escape this hellhole. Clearly, there is nothing keeping you here. Come with me, and I will show you others like you. Others as strong as you, with extreme power that could challenge you and help you grow even further. Beat them, and you could even have any wish of yours fulfilled. I will guarantee it. But even on hearing this, unlike many of the god killers recruited before him, such a reward or idea would be far from enough to appeal to Gogito. As the fused warrior would respond, that would be interesting, if it were possible for anyone to be as strong as me. As for a moment, Hero would be taken off guard by this strange comment until... instantly...
Hey, bro, he ain't playing, bro. He got right to it, bro. He don't believe Hera right now. He don't believe he's his creator, but he is.
Okay.
You know, but I'm wondering how strong this Gogeta is because, bruh, I'm pretty sure he's super strong. You dig what I'm saying? But let's get back to it.
Again, showcasing tremendous speed and fighting instinct, Gogito in the very next frame would be straight in Hera's face again, but with his left leg fully locked in mid-rotation, about to slam a kick onto the Elder God. But the minute Gogito would land, it would easily and quickly be blocked with a single arm. The impact thunderous, the Elder God's body not budged regardless. And noticing immediately, Gogito would comment, "You're pretty tough. I wonder, can you block this as well?" As pulling back his right fist now, the fusion would actually goad the god to try defending himself again, as if Gogito's next attack would be far too powerful. First of all, don't tell me what to do, kid. And second of all, you're so slow, I don't even need to block. As this time, Hero would simply move backwards to dodge entirely. Before out the corner of his...
Well, to the Elder Gods, these warriors must be child's play.
I'm Chucky.
You know, and that makes me think, is Ultra Vegito even strong enough to even battle one of these Elder Gods?
Fatality.
Because they seem pretty strong, bruh. But let's get back to it.
His eye, he would comment, "But if you want something to impress you, in a snap, too fast for even Black Seraphim to react to apparently, Hero would counter back and smack Gogito under the jaw, his head whipping back immediately. Forcing the warrior to move back for once in retreat. And when we get a closer view, the Saiyan would be bleeding, as a line would run down his mouth. Causing Gogito to now dab at it with his hand, almost as if the feeling of warm liquid on his face was foreign. And staring at the blood on his palm, he would begin whispering, "My blood! You really are strong!"
Bro, super excited. He must, he must have been alone for a long time, bro, or haven't had a challenge in a long time. And I can understand why, bro. Who go put up a challenge against a double fusion?
Damn!
I'm just saying. I'm just saying, bro. You know what I mean? But he going crazy right now, bro. He want to see if Hera can actually put up a challenge, bro.
Fight!
I want to know if he's even going all out. Let's see.
And almost like this feeling had triggered something deep within him. Out of nowhere, Vegito would begin trembling, shaking like he were having a fit. I think I believe you, O Creator. I'll come with you if you say there are more that can make me bleed. But only on one condition. As now giving off a very crazed grin, Vegito-esque for sure, Vegito would begin negotiating mid-tremble. Leaving Hera to just inquire, one condition? And what, pray tell, would that be? I'm not used to bargaining with my own playthings, you know. Don't worry, I don't ask for much. I'll come with you, but only if you can defeat me.
Challenge. Gauntlet. Ding. It's time to fight. Yes, sir. It's like a cage match in a dark area. Where there's nothing there. You know, it's kind of interesting, bro, because it's like, what are they standing on, bro? Where's the ground? Are they just in a space? You know what I mean? And then when Hera was speaking about spatial awareness.
What?
You know, it makes you even think even more. You know what I mean? It's like, how can you be determined where certain things is, bro? You know? But let's get back to it.
As with this typical Saiyan gauntlet laid down, Hera himself would be puzzled at this warrior's confidence and lack of fear to fight his literal creator. Let's begin. As instantaneously not giving a moment to think or even a choice, the battle-hungry Vegito would already be in high-speed movement, with his black seraphim sharply shining through. What are you doing? At least let me... Now right in front of Hera, in high rotation, with his right arm pulled back once more. But when he'd finally let loose, like Hera were an illusion, he'd already have escaped. Spatial awareness, but also mood variety. Something else you need to work on. What's that? As nonchalantly reappearing, Hera with an emotionless face as if dealing with a toddler, would then be behind Vegito and begin lifting his hand slowly. Be fast! This will kill you if it hits! How the... As now generating a ball of what at first looks like harmless energy at the tip of his finger, the Elder God would actually pre-warn the Saiyan of its destructive force. And a suitable warning it was, as this small ball of energy would then spontaneously erupt into a gigantic beam. One that would more than just blast a hole through a skull, but more like completely erase its victim's entire body along with it. But it would seem, from the sound of fast-moving feet running across what seems like an invisible floor, a certain Saiyan had escaped anyway. Here's a new move for you! Energy swords? Maybe you are just Vegito. As Vegito would appear once more at Hera's side, this time with what appears to be two Godslayer blades, perhaps called something else in his multiverse though.
as Hera, despite seeing him and commenting, would strangely make no attempt to do anything about it, like he were impervious to such blades anyway.
You're finished, creator!
Why'd he sit there and let him get him like that? Like, wow, bro, because the way he was looking at him, obviously, Vegito was not fast enough to get him off, off guard. So why'd he let him stab him? That's wild work, bro. Let's see what's gonna happen, man.
As regardless of Hera's competence or not, Vegito would still follow through with full confidence, plunging both energy blades in at the same time for maximum damage. And by the sounds of flesh being cut through, it would actually appear he met his target.
What the hell is...
But judging by both the look of surprise and shadow now all over Vegito's expression, things had not gone quite to plan.
What the hell is this?
No way, bro. Well, so he's spawning giant snakes out of nowhere, bro? Come on, bro.
You serious?
Come on, bro. So now the snake go eat Vegito, bro. Like, that's wild work. And the snake took that like it wasn't nothing, bro.
Fatality.
Hey, these older gods is insane, bro, when it comes to this power, bro. Like, real talk. Let's get back to it, though.
Animal abuse. You've gone down in my impressions of you, Vegito.
As stunningly, summoned from thin air to take the brunt of Vegito's assault instead, would be a massive snake. Its scales and flesh clearly on another level of durability to anything we could expect from Earth. And with it being better safe than sorry, Vegito's instinct would be to immediately flip backwards away from the giant creature, landing softly behind on the invisible dark surface of this strange nothingness multiverse.
Spatial awareness. Again. You've just landed in my trap. Elder. Hieroglyph.
Oh, bro. That was a cold counter, bro. He set him up for the failure, bro. The hieroglyph go end it, bro.
You're goddamn right.
The hieroglyph go end it, bro. We already know how that move is, bro. When Castiel was using it, bro, we already seen the damage that it can do. You dig? Also, I think Elder God Poseidon used it too when he was training his warriors. Well, let's get back to it. Let's see what happened.
Elder Water.
As instantly, regardless of being on a hard surface or not, Vegito would notice something was not right, as right below his feet, a strange bright symbol would begin emerging until...
This energy! This is...
As right under Vegito would now be the infamous elite technique of the Elder Gods, different for every one of them, as Hera's fiery symbol would now appear just as it did against Hades.
Not good! This thing is going to destroy me!
As Vegito, immediately understanding how powerful this would be, would instantly take aggressive measures, opening his black seraphim wide like it were activating something of his own. As indeed, below his feet, but on top of Hera's symbol, a black, almost portal-like fissure of energy would begin expanding at rapid speed until...
Hera's Elder Glyph would begin exploding up a...
Whoa! So this Gogeta was strong enough to counter the hieroglyph? Oh, bro. Ultra Vegito about to have a problem if Hera can get him recruited. Oh, this changed up everything for his team, bro. And it put some spice back into the tournament because Cronoa already purge Vegito from Hera's multiverse. You know what I mean? So that's crazy by itself. But let's get back to it, bro.
Rapid and powerful mass of energy, just as Vegito had anticipated. But his Black Seraphim ability had caused an expansion to act as a perfect shield, blocking it all entirely, leaving the energy to only escape at the edges, eventually collapsing down back inwards once Hera's assault was dealt with, still smoking away, before going down to something smaller than a destructive disc. What did you just do? You didn't dodge, but overpowered an elder hieroglyph! This act in itself simply stunning Hera. He had anticipated Vegito surviving, but not like this. Man, that took a lot of my energy. The Black Seraphim shield is supposed to be impenetrable, but for
the Black Seraphim shield, bro, the real storyline, bro, like the canon storyline of Dragon Ball need to start adopting some of these techniques, bro. You know what I mean? And give Goku and Vegeta something else that they can utilize in fights rather than their same usual attacks, bro. You know, I think they should be more creative with their energy attacks. That's just my opinion, though. But that was dope. Let's get back to it.
first time, I actually got worried you might crack it. You elder gods are no joke. As smirking away, despite visibly sweating from his energy expenditure, the fusion would enjoy the look of disbelief in Hera's eyes. You are amazing! I thought Castiel was joking when he said his own Vegito could stand up to him. But it seems it's actually possible. Now I need to know what else you can do. As more pleased than ever than disrespected, Hera would lift up his fists, now covered in a mysterious orange lightning that would spread to the sky. As grinning menacingly, he would comment, "This has confirmed it. You really must join me. You will be my second trump card. But first, I'll take things up a notch and defeat you as you requested." As for the first time, we would now see an Elder God Hera.
Now the fight about to start. Now the Elder God's about to start using some of their real power. You know what I mean? Let's see what let's see how Vegito respond to this.
Begin powering up. His body hunched as his black hair would rise. Power of untold levels would now soar from him. As finally we would get an idea of how these elder gods still had levels of power none of us had yet to see. And within seconds, an endless stream of divine energy would shoot into the air, as Vegito would be forced to just watch and cover up from the atmosphere and wind pressure blowing his way. Whoa! Seriously, where did this guy come from? I've never felt power that's anything close to this. As wide-eyed again, Vegito would once more be fully aware of just the danger that was awaiting him. You can tell, can't you? What you lack in spatial awareness, you more than make up in situational awareness. You know, my power has jumped over yours by a huge margin. There's no shame in giving up. I am your creator after all, boy.
Give up.
Oh yeah. Now it's about to get good because obviously Gogito got something in the bag waiting for this type of power. Especially he's smiling like this, bro. Oh, let's see.
You've got it twisted, creator. All you've done is make this battle all that more entertaining. What?
This eager response from the fusion, leaving Hera puzzled until...
What am I sensing? This is Elder God level!
As Gogito too would have far more to show, roaring into the sky as his Saiyan aura would explode and rival Hera's. The true battle between mortal and Elder God was only now finally about to begin, and it was seemingly about to be a whole lot more difficult than Hera could ever have anticipated.
Unbelievable! How could he possibly have gained power like this all by himself? Forget Vegito.
Yeah, that's that double fusion, bruh. Like real talk, bro. Like, and depending on what them two been through before they even fused, can determine how strong they were. We don't have no backstory of this Gogito, bro. But his power is insane, bro. It's insane, but it's well expected. You feel me? Let's get back to it.
This guy is on a whole new level of talent.
As staring forward, Hera would have a mixed bag of feelings. Shock at what he'd be witnessing and sensing, but a sense of excitement that this warrior was all his for the taking.
You ready? Once I get into this state, things tend to go extra fast.
As Gogito, now covered in lightning, would confidently peer back, readying himself until...
Alright, here he comes!
Until the fully powered up Gogito would come straight back at Hera with even more speed and intensity than before, his fist breaking the sound barrier, creating impact waves all around as Hera would just tense his body in preparation. But this speed up from Gogito would only seem to increase and increase exponentially, as before the Elder God would know it, the Saiyan's fist would be right near his face, and by the look of Hera's expression, a little too fast, as Hera would just mutter before impact,
His speed! I created this!
What?
Calm down!
Bro, no way.
Damn!
Where did he come from, bro? Where did he come from? Why he even there, bro? That don't even make sense, bro. Something is going on, bro. Something's cooking, bro. And for him to stop Gogito like that shows that Omni Vegito, bro, has been hiding his real power, bro. This dude might be really strong, bro.
I'd have to do with it.
No. He's got a point.
That's insane, bro. White Seraphim versus Black Seraphim. Let's get it.
Kid. What?
but unbelievably, in quite possibly the most unexpected appearance of all people to intervene, Omni Vegito would appear to stop Gogito's punch entirely, grabbing it once with an emotionless look and stopping all momentum.
You're Vegito? Those eyes, White Seraphim!
But Gogito himself would be more taken aback by the eyes that stared back at him. The yin to his yang, the white to his black seraphim. As Vegito would coldly remark,
And who are you supposed to be? I can sense Vegito inside you. And those eyes, where did you get those? I've never seen a set like them. I'll be asking the questions here, Bob.
But interrupting this fated meeting, Hera would assert himself questioning,
What the hell are you doing here? Aren't you Castiel's fighter? What business do you have here in my multiverse?
So, this is where you came, dear Hera. Quite a find you've made. As before Omni Vegito could even answer, a soft voice would begin trumpeting from behind.
Castiel too? You've got some nerve. So you brought this punk.
Causing the transformed Hera to now turn around, and of course standing there with his
Interesting, because they're all fighting each other. Castiel must be trying to get some dirt or some information on Hera that can potentially help Castiel's team beat Hera's team.
What?
Interesting what's going on right here. I'm kind of curious why he was following bro around. Like, bro, don't be following me around, bruh. Let's get back to it.
arms behind his back was his fellow elder god Castiel, who would let out, Yes, I did bring him here. Didn't seem quite fair there was two of you and just one of me. Consider him my backup. But now, curiously placing a hand under his chin, Castiel would then direct his attention to Vegito, continuing, But enough about me. So this is what you came all the way here for. Do you know how much of a struggle it was to keep track of your movements? All for a new creation. You're a little too late though, aren't you? Surely you know, Zeus would never allow an entrant at this point. Our numbers have been set in stone. But Hera, ticked off, would respond,
That's between Zeus and I. None of your concern. The real issue is here. You stalking me. And straight into my multiverse, no less. I can't let that slide.
as now facing Castiel up front with his aura roaring, Hera would proclaim,
By the rules of the Elder Gods, an invading deity may face death by battle at any time as consequence. You and your brother had come into my home for the very last time. Prepare yourself, Castiel.
As ducking his head down, ready to attack, Hera would finish.
Say your last words. Your team will be out of this tournament the minute I get rid of you. I'll save us all time.
While Castiel would just giggle back. My, you seem to be mighty confident when showing off. Just remember, I'm not one of your creations, little Hera. You have always been my inferior. You looked up to me and my brother. Remember that, little boy.
Bro, that's one heck of an insult. I told you that they portrayed Hera as one of the weaker elder gods, man. You know what I mean? But they about to go crazy right now, bruh. And it is, I don't know, bro, for Hera to be the so-called one of the weaker ones, why would Castiel be following him around out of all elder gods? Like, you would think that they would be trying to follow Cronoa around for the simple fact that she the one that got Ultra Vegito on her team.
I'd have to do with it.
No. He's got a point.
But I want to see where this go. Let's get back to it.
As now both elder gods would furiously be letting off their divine auras, one orange tinged and the other red. instantly changing the whole feel of the environment around them. This was no ordinary power-up nor face-off, and it was clear Hera was holding back still, even against Vegito. What energy! This is totally different than God Key. So this is what two elder gods fighting is like. What horror will I witness when these two clash? And Omni Vegito would be the first to realize this, turning his attention away from Vegito to stare with curiosity at the two elder gods. Stop this, you two! But this momentary lapse in concentration on Vegito would cause the fused warrior to immediately slip his arm away, and strangely call a halt to the two elder gods bickering. Hera and Castiel confused, of course, as they both turned to Vegito, wondering why he would even care. But Vegito would then finally let out, "This place may not seem like much, but this is my home. I can tell how strong you two are. Hera, it's clear you would have beat me. I don't want anything disturbed here, so I'll come with you, as long as you stop this right now." This darkness is your home? What even is there to disturb?
Same thing I was wondering, bro. Well, it's, you know what I'm thinking? Maybe they can't see what he see because he's seeing through the dark seraphim, and maybe everything that's there can only be seen if you have the dark or the black seraphim. That's dope. That's just my idea. Let's get back to it.
Oh well, as you wish. But after some initial confusion, Hera would power back down, letting off a sigh, as Vegito would then vanish and reappear beside his so-called creator, much to Castiel and Omni Vegito's surprise. Right, let's go then, through that portal. And so Hera would then open a passageway back to the tournament, which Vegito would happily walk towards.
That's pretty much the end of the video, you guys. But man, hey, this tournament thing is getting super exciting, bro. You know, I can already imagine the havoc that some of these warriors gonna have when they fight each other, bro, because some of Zeus's warriors are super strong too, bro. You know what I mean? So this is definitely getting super interesting itself. And I wonder what's going to happen at the end. You know what I mean? Depending on who wins. If Zeus and them end up losing, I wonder if Zeus going to give up his position easily, or is it going to be a fight between the elder gods? Ooh, that's going to be interesting, man. But that's it for today, you guys. I want to thank y'all for coming by and checking out the video today, man.
Perfect.
Always make sure you love yourself, man, and put yourself first in life. Because if you don't, nobody else will. You feel me? And y'all already know the slogan, bruh. Believe in yourself. Because ain't nobody else gonna do it. Dragon Ball Art 92. I'm out, y'all. Peace.
I'm too positive to be doubtful, too optimistic to be fearful. So all my time I spend cheerful, and I know exactly what I'm here for. I'm too positive to be doubtful, too optimistic to be fearful. So all my time I spend cheerful, and I know exactly what I'm here for. I'm too positive to be doubtful, too optimistic to be fearful. So all my time I spend cheerful, and I know exactly what I'm here for. I'm too positive to be doubtful, too optimistic to be fearful. So all my time I spend cheerful, and